Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome ABC7's Judy Sue.
I gotta say hi to my people back here because for the rest of the luncheon, you're gonna see my back. Hello, Channel 7 table. Yay, say hello. That's okay, they see my face every day, so it's all right that I turn around and face you. Well, hello, happy Friday. Welcome to our Go Red Luncheon benefiting American Heart Association. It is beautiful to see so many of you in our fabulous red. As a few of us were commiserating before when we were rehearsing this luncheon that it's not the most beautiful day in Chicago to come in your sleeveless dresses and heels, but you know what? Anything for Go Red, right? All right. A quick introduction of myself for those of you who are fortunate enough not to have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch me. And that is what time I started this morning, actually. This is makeup from 3 o'clock in the morning. Because of the cold, we're on a little earlier. But my name is Judy Sue. I anchor the morning show on Channel 7. I have been doing it for the last 14 years. Chicago is home to me. I grew up in Morton Grove. We lived in Chinatown for a little bit. I went to U of I worked in Champaign for a year, went out to California, worked there before this wonderful opportunity came up back home in Chicago to come and anchor the morning show. So I came back home thrilled to be here and so honored to be your MC here today. Red actually truly is my favorite color, as my little 5-year-old likes to say, and that's my baby Ike, by the way. I was also the anchor who had the baby on the side of the Eisenhower Expressway. Yeah, I anchor the news, I deliver. Yeah. So that's my baby Ike. So that was 5 years ago. He just turned 5, but he does like to say, I will save my red jelly beans for you, Mom, because I know that's your favorite color. So red is my favorite color. I know it warms your heart. And speaking of the heart, get that segue? Okay, speaking of the heart, we're here to support the Heart Association, of course. I had the honor of emceeing the panel, the breakfast panel for Go Red several years ago. And even though those of us in the news do these stories and we hear the numbers, it just doesn't quite hit you until you're at an event like this and you hear the stories. And I remember going to that very first breakfast panel and listening to the stunning statistics about heart disease and women. I had no idea. And that is why we are all here today. I do want to pass along a quick statistic for all of you, because this struck me as I heard it. 1 in 3 women, 1 in 3, are killed by heart disease and stroke every year. I mean, that's just stunning if you think about it. 1 in 3 women every year. Go Red is on a mission to change all of that. And thank you all, by the way, for taking time out of your busy Friday to be with us to support Go Red. Big round of applause for all of you. And I hear we are at capacity, so I love hearing that. Thank you for being here today. It is a movement, Go Red is, that advocates for education, awareness, research, and community programs to benefit women and our heart. But Go Red is much more than just wearing red, although it's fabulous to wear red. It is about making change and taking action, and all of us together to save lives. And it is making a difference. More than 670,000 women have been saved from heart disease and stroke since Go Red started in 2004. That's fantastic. And as I was reading through the script, that also struck me. 2004 is when I had my daughter. So again, right, more reasons for us to go red together. Women who are involved with Go Red live healthier lives, statistics show. So we're happy to see all of you here today. Nearly 90% have made at least one healthy behavior change. More than 1/3 has lost weight. More than 50% have increased their exercise. That's one thing I have to kind of work on. But this afternoon, we're here to tell you more about what you can do, how you can get involved, but more importantly, we're going to show you right now why it is so important to get involved. Take a look.
There are moments in life we wish we could freeze in time. We live them. We live for them. They are intimately personal. They are gladly shared. What is life if we cannot experience these moments of joy, wonder, and happiness? We want people to experience more of life's precious moments. To do that, we must be healthy in heart and mind. For the heart is where life's moments are felt most, and the mind is where these moments become memories and are relived again and again. It's why we've made better heart and brain health our mission, and together, we've made an extraordinary impact. Healthier adults, more active children, stronger survivors. But we are just beginning. Until there's a world free of heart disease and stroke, we'll be there, making a healthier, longer life possible for everyone. You may ask, why do we do what we do? The answer is simple. Because we are the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association. And life is why.
As you go through this lunch today, we like to ask each and every one of you, to think about your personal whys. Why are you here? Why do we support Go Red? The organizers asked me to share a little personal why. Of course, in addition to my baby Ike, my 4 kids, they're aged, by the way, 13, 11, 7, and 5. So besides those 4 reasons, my dad is my reason why I am here today supporting Go Red. Almost exactly 2 years ago, he had a devastating stroke. And to say that it was a surprise and a shock to the family is a huge understatement. He is the picture of health otherwise. So I have learned there are a lot of myths when it comes to heart disease. But he had been his entire life a grandmaster of Tai Chi, which is a form of martial arts. He taught all over the world Chinese martial arts before we settled in Chicago. He exercised every day. He was not overweight. So all of us thought, well, Dad is just fine. What we didn't realize until it was too late was that his blood sugar level was so high and eventually led to diabetes undiagnosed, and it led to his stroke 2 years ago. He had a hard time recovering. Today, he's still not the same man he was. I see the sadness in his eyes, and I also, even though he would never admit it, I see the regret that he didn't listen to the little signs in his body, despite what everybody thinks, you're so healthy, that he regrets he didn't take action earlier. So my dad is my why. So thank you all for being here today. Now I would like to introduce a woman who's got a ton of energy. She's going to come on stage. She is this year's Cheer for Chicago Go Red for Women campaign. She is on a mission, and you are about to see why. Welcome on stage, Kim File.
Thank you, Judy. Folks, you are my why. I am so glad that you're all here with me today and with all of us who are caring so much for our hearts and many others. Can you just take a minute and put your hand on your heart so you can feel it? Do you know that your heart beats 37 million times a year for you? Sure, there are those moments when you catch the eye of someone you love and your heart skips a beat. Or like me this morning, it's racing because I'm so excited about what we're going to accomplish today, and it gives you just a few more beats to get you through the day. But can you think of any machine that could take 37 million strikes for 81 years, which is the average life expectancy for women? Don't you think a machine like that needs a little care, a little maintenance, a little attention, a lot of appreciation, and a whole lot of love. That is why we're here today. We're going to leave, I hope, appreciating our hearts a whole lot more and knowing a few things we can do that will fuel our hearts for those 81 plus years that we want to enjoy every minute of every heartfelt moment. And we want to leave here and share those learnings with all the women in our lives that we love so much. Now, the great news first is that you're here. And the second great news is that there are a lot of very remarkable accomplishments happening right here in Illinois because of your sponsorship as companies and your donations as individuals. Because of you, Illinois is smoke-free. And as soon as that passed, we saw a dramatic decline in the number of cardiac-related hospitalizations. Yes, absolutely worthy. Because of you, babies born in Illinois receive a check of their hearts for congenital heart defects before they go home from the hospital. Because of you, a law is passed developing our next generation of lifesavers by teaching high school students to do CPR before they graduate from high school. Those are not going to do everything we still need to do. And so, we're not done yet. Right now, we have $18 million of research in Illinois supporting more learning about heart and stroke to help us with the next set of prevention, early detection, and less invasive treatments for our hearts. So folks, there's a lot to celebrate today. And it wouldn't be possible to have this accomplished without all of you here in the room. The American Heart Association and Go Red have reduced the number of deaths due to heart disease and stroke by 30% in the last 12 years. There is no other cause that can claim that level of improvement. So I'm here today to ask you to contribute because we don't want to be number one. I never thought I'd heard myself say that. We want to be number 2 or number 3 or number 5, or that's why you're here, because we no longer want to be the number one reason that people die. So we're also here to celebrate all of you because you're here, because you made this campaign for Go Red such a success this year. So I'd like to acknowledge a number of folks who really made this possible. First, I want you to imagine we're in a stadium and we're looking at the tunnel waiting for the team to come out, because I'd first like to have the executive leadership team of the Go Red campaign please stand so we can appreciate you for the leadership you're giving to our campaign this year. These 20 men and women have been fundraising since June, and they will continue to fundraise through July 1st. Through their efforts, our campaign right now stands at $960,000, a Chicago record. We are really hopeful that between your auction earlier today and your donations later this afternoon, we want to be able to get up here and announce that we have hit $1 million for the first time in a Chicago Go Red campaign. So thank you in advance for the support we hope to get from you as we move to that big milestone. I also want to thank our record 57 corporate and individual sponsors. We estimate that you have about 700,000 associates who benefit from your involvement in Go Red because you show that you care about their hearts too, that you can take education and information back to those associates who take it home to their families and have a multiplying effect on the awareness raised of women's heart issues. So our thanks to all of our sponsors who will be acknowledged throughout our lunchtime today. I'd also like to start our acknowledgement with our lead cause sponsor, the amazing University of Chicago Medicine. Yay, let's hear a little yoo-hoo here. The University of Chicago Medicine is at the forefront of cardiac care. Just last month, they announced the opening of their new vascular and heart center dedicated to providing quality care to all people who come, and new and innovative techniques for treating all types of cardiovascular disease. University of Chicago Medicine's commitment is a 3-year commitment for Go Red. So our heartfelt thanks for you leading our way in our sponsorship this year and for the next 3 years. Thank you, Sharon and the team. Our presenting sponsors today are our Aramark and Quaker Oats. Aramark is a service company that offers food, facilities, and uniforms to people where they work, learn, recover, and play. Aramark's 270,000 employees around the world provide great experiences and nourishment to people in 22 countries. It's Aramark's contribution to Go Red and their passion around the world that they're bringing to their sponsorship with us today. So thank you, Aramark. Quaker Oats has been nourishing America's families with whole grains for more than a century. We all grew up with the wonderful Quaker Oats on a cold day like today. So Quaker, thank you for being a lead sponsor in the Go Red campaign. We also have significant contributions from some amazing organizations in Chicago, including Advocate Healthcare, Aon, BMO Harris, Clayco, Kirkland and Ellis, CDW, Northwestern, and Mercy Hospital. So thank you all for all of your contributions. And finally, helping us spread the word, which is what's making our campaign so successful this year, are our media sponsors, ABC7, XRT, we got ABC folks back here, XRT, and Splash. Thank you for helping us spread the good word. So you've heard that we have some outstanding Go Red local sponsors. I'm also happy to speak a few minutes about our Heart of Chicago sponsors. These are sponsors who contribute at the highest levels to the Go Red campaign, the Heart Walk, and the Heart Ball. Please join me in thanking Advocate Healthcare, Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago, University of Chicago Medicine, and Walgreens for their extraordinary leadership in the heart realm. Finally, we've been so fortunate that Macy's has been national sponsor of Go Red since its inception in 2004. We're so fortunate to be able to enjoy and celebrate this movement in this historic Walnut Room here today. So to help you understand more about what Macy's is doing to support women and heart health, please join me in welcoming Andrea Schwartz, Vice President of Media Relations and Cause Marketing. Welcome, Andrea.
Thank you, Kim. And welcome, everyone. As you know, you are sitting in the world's famous Walnut Room. We're standing right where the great tree is. Just a little FYI, the great tree doesn't stand on the stage. It actually hangs from up there because underneath us is the Tiffany ceiling. We don't want to put too much weight on there. So that's just a little food for thought. So we are so happy to be here. I have with us our executive regional teams, our Macy's associates, and all of you who support so much. So as the founding sponsor of Go Red for Women, We've been here since 2004, and I'm happy to announce today that Macy's has now helped to raise more than $52 million through the contributions of our customers and our associates nationwide. With these funds and more than 10 years of research made possible by AHA, we can now say that 275 lives are being saved every day. And that's what Macy's calls the magic of giving. Macy's is dedicated to educating and engaging our customers about the importance of going red. We do this in a variety of ways, from our Thanks for Sharing program during the holiday season, which raised $3 million this year, to our exclusive Macy's Red Dresses and Ideology Activewear, which give back to the cause, as well as our sponsorship of the Red Dress Collection fashion show, which kicked off the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week this year. And definitely not least, our Macy's Wear Red sale, which concluded on February 16th, where we sold a newly designed red dress pin. We are happy to report that we raised over $77,000 at our Chicagoland Macy's stores for the AHA chapter, and those proceeds stay local right here in Chicago. So at this time, I'd like to recognize our Macy's associates, our executives who are here, and the best part, our customers that are here today. So please stand, everyone. We thank you for making a difference in the lives of so many. But you know, instead of standing, because it is hard to push out those chairs, just give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. So we'd like to show our appreciation. So the first thing is on your tables, you will see a Macy's little bag. Each of you should have one of those. Inside, you'll see it's a Macy's gift card. So you can spend that today at Macy's on State Street or wherever you live, your closest Macy's. So please take those out of those bags and keep them someplace safe. We also are hoping that those of you who were in the Narcissus room this morning got to stop by the Estee Lauder booth to get a little touch-up, see what's new. And last but not least, I love to hear all this tissue paper. This is fun. But what I'd like to do is to let you know that there's going to be one lucky person in this room who will receive a $250 gift card. So please take a look at that red bag. Somebody will have a star that's underneath that red bag. Take a look. Anybody? It's a sticker. It's a star that's a sticker. Okay, Carolyn on my team will find out who you are. So we look forward to giving you that gift card too. So on behalf of Macy's, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out and celebrating the cause. We are so happy to have you here.
Thank you, Andrea. What a great friend of American Heart Association, a great friend of Channel 7 as well. We've done so many stories with Macy's, so thank you for your awesome support. And by the way, I came up the escalator all the way to the 7th floor, and there's some terrific red dresses around in case anybody is interested. At this point, yes, it is time for lunch, but I just want to tell you a little bit about what you're having. It is a healthy lunch that you're having, so feel free to indulge. We're featuring Quaker products in today's meal because they are sponsoring it, which you can see on your menu cards and read all about it. Before you eat, though, we want you to know that the silent auction will close in about 10 minutes. So if you have an item that you're eyeing, please check your phones electronically. So in about 10 minutes, that will close. We will continue to recognize our sponsors, which you will see on the screen. We want you to take a moment, chat with your neighbors if you are not familiar with them, and learn perhaps about their why and why they are here supporting Go Red. We have a fantastic guest coming up right after lunch, so I will be right back. Enjoy.
My Nana is why. My family is why.
My dancing is why.
My brother is why.
My patients are why.
My mom, Grace, is why.
He is our why.
He is our why.
Everyone has a why, and life is a why. It's simple but powerful. As you continue to enjoy your lunch, I would like to introduce and bring on stage a very distinguished guest. We just found out, actually not too long ago, that Governor Bruce Rauner is able to join us here. So I'm going to bring him on stage, and he actually has a personal story of his why to share with us and why it is so important for him to be here for the Go Red Luncheon. Please welcome our Governor, Bruce Rauner.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here. I am deeply honored. Some of you asked about my wife. Many of you have said, Bruce, I didn't really vote. I voted for you, but I voted for your wife. I want to be clear about that. A number of you were with her at the breast cancer awareness dinner, and she's hoping to come and be involved. We're going to try to help you raise money for this cause as private citizens. And this issue that you are addressing is one of the most important health issues in America. And it is so, we can change it so much, so readily by raising awareness, making screening services available, raising the funding to help get the message out there, because it's not that hard to get to women to change behaviors. Some basic behaviors can make such a difference in getting some basic screening done. Now, one of the reasons, I'm honored to be here for many reasons, but one, this issue is very personal to me because I've lost two very dear friends just recently to strokes. Judy Bartopinka, good friend of mine, tragic loss for all of us in Illinois, wonderful woman, wonderful leader, wonderful public servant. And another one of my dearest friends, Sue Jin, some of you may know Sue, very talented entrepreneur, immigrant from China, wonderful person, great civic leader. She passed away from a stroke just a number of months back. And these issues, both of those leaders could have made changes in their behaviors and their diet and things that I think could have helped. And in fact, Judy and I talked about it a bit. It's a tragedy that we can prevent. We can do so much. And your work to help prevent it, your work to raise awareness, your work to make screening services more available is just so essential. And I'm here to say thank you. And I want you to know, as a private citizen, my wife and I are dedicated. We will help you in many ways as I can. And as governor, I will make sure that women's health, especially women's cardiovascular health, is a core part of our message and our policies. That, along with breast cancer and other issues that are impacting far too many women in America today, we will do everything I can as governor and as private citizen. Thank you all. It's an honor to be with you. Thanks for all the work you do.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much for sharing your message and spending some time with us here at the luncheon and sharing your Go Red message. I actually, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, had the opportunity and the privilege of doing a sit-down one-on-one exclusive interview with Diana Rauner, and she told me her favorite color is periwinkle. In case you didn't know, that's her favorite color, but I'm sure today and all month of February, her favorite color is red. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. But thank you, Governor, for joining us here today. Right now, I am going to introduce somebody else to come on stage and share their personal story. This is John Rowe, Exelon Chairman Emeritus, and let's bring John on stage to share some of his memories of a dear friend of his and a dear friend of the Heart Associations. Welcome to the stage, John.
What's an old man in navy blue doing in a group like this? You probably would concede, though, that most of you look better in red than I would. I am here to follow up on the governor's kind comments about Sue Jin, a very, very dear friend of mine, a very big part of the McGowan Foundation, which is one of your sponsors, a very big part of Chicago, and as the governor said, she passed away very suddenly of a stroke last fall. Sue was one of this city's most successful female entrepreneurs. She was one of this city's most successful Asian American businesswomen. She was a corporate director. She was a civic contributor. She worked very hard with the McGowan Foundation. She has left a large part of her estate to different civic things. But above all, whether she was wearing red or gold or black or green, this lady was a woman of pizzazz, of energy, of heart. Not only did she function in corporate boardrooms, she kept chicken in her vacation home. She was somebody who you would explain a problem to, and she would say, well, I'm sick of hearing about the problem. What are we going to do? And whatever you were going to do was too little too late, as far as Sue was concerned. She was just a phenomenal woman. I believe, if my memory is accurate, she was 73 when she passed. My wife and I had dinner with her a few weeks earlier. She had not the faintest idea that death was near. She had so many ideas. She had so many plans. She had so many hopes. So many of them would have benefited everyone in this room and many others that we care about. So the death of Sue Jin by stroke is something that those of us who loved her mourn. The loss of what Sue would have done should be a cause for even greater mourning. Thank you.
Thank you, John, and thank you for that lovely tribute in honor of Sue. We have a few more stories that we would like to share with you today as you continue with your lunch. Feel free. I want to welcome on stage right now Sally Lou Loveman. She is a former audience producer for the Oprah Winfrey Show. We were talking about the history of the show and the studio being at Channel 7 all morning here. Please welcome on stage. She also has a personal story about why she is here today and what her why is. Sally Lou Loveman.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Sally Lou Loveman, and I am a heart patient. Fortunately, 80% of heart disease is preventable. Unfortunately, I fall in that 20% part that is caused by genetics. So I get frustrated. I get scared. I worry and I wonder when I wake up in the middle of the night with heart pain, could this be it? But I have hope, and that's what we all have here today, hope, because there are so many advances on the horizon, and being surrounded in this magnificent room, I'm going to turn around, of 650 passionate and generous supporters of the American Heart Association means that we have hope. So thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. I believe that everything happens for a reason. As Judy said, I worked for Oprah Winfrey. The universe always seems to deliver. I can't think that it's just a coincidence that my name is Loveman. It can't be. My name suits me for the work that I do as an advocate for the American Heart Association. And of course, who doesn't love an opportunity to wear a red dress? You all look gorgeous in your red dresses today, ladies. And you would too, John. I promise you, you would look good in red. We all have our whys. And as a mother of 2 daughters and 1 son, genetics is my why. Which is why I am so grateful that my children and your children, our children, benefit from the American Heart Association's research, medical advances, and education that is provided. So I ask you all, and you've been asked already, but I'm going to ask again, what is your why? While you think about that for a moment, I'm going to invite a very special guest to the stage. His name is Sam Priolo, and he is here to tell you about a very, very personal, deep personal story. It's a story that illustrates why we are all here today and why the American Heart Association is so vital in funding life-saving research. Please help me welcome Sam Priolo.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sam Priolo, and my wife, Noelle, is Y. I'll never forget in 2010, the day that I could have lost her. I really believe that she's here and alive today because of the treatment that all of you are making possible. And right now, we'd like to share our personal story with all of you.
Prior to pregnancy, I was completely and totally heart healthy.
We were ecstatic that we got pregnant relatively quickly. I think the part that really concerned me the most was we would take walks and she couldn't walk around the block without being really short-winded.
I went to bed peacefully excited the night before to meet Gianna, and I woke up a little bit terrified.
She kind of pulled me aside and said, "Hey, I want you to know if something happens to me, I were to die, I want you to raise Gianna to always remember your mom."
I just felt so overwhelmed with what if I don't make it? What if I don't meet Gianna? What if Gianna doesn't meet me? I wanted her to know that she was loved in utero even before she was born.
She knew that she wasn't feeling well, and we didn't know it at the time.
I was so extremely hypertensive, 190 over 110, and I was just having an awful time being able to breathe.
And they delivered Gianna, and she was screaming, and she was beautiful. But then what happened was Noelle started to shake.
That I started to think, what if I don't get through this?
She had started to lose consciousness, and her blood pressure was dropping, so it was very nerve-wracking. They treated her with medication, and then they released her home. And then she was still not walking. We ended up bringing her back to the ER.
I think I texted my mom maybe the second night, asking her if my sister was gonna die, because I didn't know, but I knew it was serious.
Within minutes, you had a cardiologist that came in, listened to her heart, and made a conclusion.
So I was diagnosed with peripartum cardiomyopathy.
Neither one of us would have ever expected it.
It was something that I had never heard of. I didn't know that pregnancy can actually induce heart failure. I mean, the gratitude started as soon as my recovery started. There's not a single part of my memory of my recovery that does not involve my husband. Him and Gianna are the reason why I survived. I had so much to live for. The first walk was maybe only a block. but it was still a success nonetheless. I remember texting him and saying, you know, we walked 5 blocks today.
I mean, for her, the Heart Walk was really symbolic of her recovery.
So being able to do our first annual Heart Walk for the American Heart Association was a great way for us to celebrate life.
Go Red for Women really has given Noelle the opportunity to spread awareness.
Heart disease affects women vastly. It's been actually a blessing in our life to be able to support the American Heart Association and Go Red for Women. We always center ourselves in gratitude.
So I would say the most important thing is to really listen to your heart.
It's about maximizing life, enjoying what we have every day, always. I support Go Red for Women because I'm a survivor.
I'm kind of glad that the clip of me in a tutu playing with my daughter didn't make it. But anyways, right now, I'd like to introduce the most beautiful woman in the world to me. She's my wife, the mother of my beautiful and healthy daughter. She's my hero and a survivor because of all of you in the room. Please welcome my sweetheart, Noelle.
The morning I gave birth, I remember having a scary conversation with my husband, Sam. I truly knew something was wrong with my body. I really thought I might not meet my daughter. On what was supposed to be the happiest day of our lives, I told my husband, if I don't make it, let Gianna know I love her. My husband and my daughter are my why. I could have lost my life, but I'm a proud survivor. My progress started slow. Just a walk around the block was tough. But I kept at it. I exercised more, changed my diet, and was more mindful about my heart health. I'm thankful to Go Red for Women for shining a light on the #1 killer of women, for educating women, lawmakers, healthcare providers about their risks and what they can be done to reduce those risks while providing the funds for women-focused research and tools. I urge you all to Go Red. Get your numbers, own your lifestyle, raise your voice, educate your family, donate. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my strong, proud heart.
Thank you, Noelle. We are so grateful that you are here to share your strong, proud heart and your story with all of us today. Your message is powerful and so just complete proof that you cannot have that, when that voice comes in of intuition, you cannot ignore it. You have to listen to your intuition, especially when it comes to our heart health. So thank you, Noelle. She's also proof that advances in research saves lives. Noelle is here to be a mother to her beautiful and smart daughter, Gianna, who told me earlier today that she prefers summer over winter. Hi, so cute. Hi, Gianna. And her loving husband, Sam, thanks to advanced treatments. And thankfully, she's a survivor turned advocate because she has personally benefited from donations from all of you. These stories, they're our stories. They have to be. I'm going to take this off. 1 in 3 women, as you know, die of heart disease. Those numbers are staggering. That means 3 women at this table. We're a table of 10. if there are, 9 women there, 3 women could be a victim of heart disease or stroke, but you all can prevent that from happening. And today, we need to raise critical dollars. These stories we want less of. We are asking that everyone in this room today make a gift. You're empowering research to find the next cure. You're helping a woman get screened, a woman who doesn't have any idea that she has a problem with her heart. You are why. Today, we are asking for 100% giving. Are you ready for the challenge? It got quiet. I'm the one asking, but this is really our story as we know. And guess what, Chicago? We can do this, right? We can do this. Okay. So on your table, there are heart commitment cards. It's really easy. The giving is easy. And as you make your gift, we would love for you to raise your hand, because as you're seeing all these volunteers coming into this room today, they have the most beautiful red scarf keepsakes that you want to own, right? You want to wear that scarf, you want to put it on, you want to take a selfie and upload it to Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and you want to use that hashtag Chicago Goes Red. See? We're having some fun over there. Oh, thank you, Dr. Lynn Braun. You do enough for us, and you're doing more. Thank you very much. She's our first giver of the day. So as you do give, please, we ask that you raise your scarves up and show that you've proudly given. And look at this, table 19. This is a table of givers. If you raise your hand, it's 100%. Wow. Table 19. Okay, I want you to all, we're going to have some fun, but I want you to listen to me really carefully and pay close attention. As Kim said earlier, we are on track to raise $1 million for the Go Red Women campaign in Chicago. And this is, if we hit this mark, it'll be the first time in history. And I like to say herstory, because it's really her story. It's her story, and her story, and her story. And I don't know, Kim, I'm feeling it in the room that we are going to make history today. So raise your hands as you make your pledge, because you can make this happen in 10 minutes. We're already in the countdown of less than 10 minutes, and we're so close. Do this for your wife, your sister, your daughter, your coworker that is next to you. Table 22. What's table 22 got? Are we 100% giving at 22? Almost. We're asking that you give $250, because $250 will get us to exactly where we need to be to make our historical campaign goal, which is $1 million. We know that that is a lot of money. We understand. I love that you're all ignoring me, because we are getting to the business. That is so exciting. So we know that $250 is a lot, but that's what we're asking to make this happen. Okay, music is coming on, which means I'm going to let you enjoy this time of giving. And we thank you so much. And wear your scarves loudly and proudly. Go Red, everybody!
Get in, but don't look down. I'm on top of the world. Hey,
honey,
I'm on top of the world.
You feeling good right now? It feels good to give, right? I feel like I'm back at the Oprah show. It's fun. Everybody raise your scarves up. Show them up, up, up. Let me see this powerful room. We want to see the walnut room turn red. You are looking good. My back row people, back table people, can we feel your energy back there? Your givers, thank you. There are women here who've made a personal commitment of $5,000. $5,000 is a lot, and we're grateful, and it's a reason to stand. So if you are a Circle of Red member,
Could you please stand up amongst the fun? Circle of red members. And by the way, we're always looking for more members, so if you would like to give a donation of $5,000, you can join them. There are also executive donors who've given $1,000, and we want to thank them as well. Okay. There's a whole lot of giving and living and loving here today. Kim, you're feeling it, right? And Judy, yes. 43 million women are affected by cardiovascular disease. And so that means that we have to love and we have to give in order to see those numbers go down. And like Kim said, we don't want to be number one anymore. Is there a table here? Raise your hand if you're 100% giving at your table. Way to go, table 6. Way to go, table 14. Sir, are you having fun amongst all these women? You look good. I like your scarf. Your passion makes an impact beyond the walls of the Macy's Walnut Room. Please go to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and use the hashtag Chicago Goes Red to raise awareness here in Chicago and all over the nation. Table 26, Corey says this just in. Where is table 26? 100% giving from table 26. Is that you guys back there? Congratulations. Thank you. It's like a red scarf palooza in here. I love it. They're very cute. Table 2! Table 10! And table 12, 100% giving. I don't think there's a table that hasn't given. Table 24? Oh my goodness. Thank you. And it's so many men at table 24. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies. Table 27, 100% giving. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are making history here today. And I'm just going to give you a little bit more time to give your personal gift. And I thank you all so much. Your support is going to help the American Heart Association change lives and save lives. I think we did it. We did it. I'm going out on a limb. I think we did it. Judy, if you can go out on a limb, I'm going out on a limb. Thank you, Chicago. Go Red. Thank you, Sally. Great job. And yes, you can continue to give if you're still in the process. Proudly wear your scarves. And yes, take a selfie, tweet it to us, tag us, and I'll retweet you, okay? We're just going to wrap up our program here with a little bit more information for you. Now that you've given your donation, American Heart Association wants to hear your voice. Since becoming law in December of 2010, the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act has given our children access to healthier options for breakfast, lunch, and throughout the school day. 90% of schools are currently meeting the nutritional standards for school lunches, and it is showing. Kids are now eating 16% more vegetables, 23% more fruit. I just have to work on my children at home, but they're also consuming less sugar, fat, and sodium, and they're becoming more alert when they go to school. So thank you for doing all of that. However, this year, Congress will debate whether to reauthorize that law, and it's not going to be an easy battle. Some lawmakers want to roll back the progress that has been made. That is why the American Heart Association would like to lead the voice. Those of you who participated in the electronic bidding process today,
you will get a text message on your phone giving you simple instructions of how you can reach your lawmaker to make your voice heard. If you did not receive a text message, you can go to heart.org/school meals and click on the Take Action banner, or you can ask any of our volunteers with the scarves. Okay, right now, really, drum roll please. I'm gonna bring Kim back on stage. This is the big moment we have been working for all year long, this campaign. Of course, ending right here. Kim, come on up and tell us how we did today.
Everyone, we knew we were on track when we had a record number of sponsors and a record number of ELT members. We found out we had a record auction raising over $23,000, and I am so excited to report the campaign has broken $1 million today. Woo! Thanks to you, Chicago has a new record. And you are making this possible to bring heart health to all the women you love. Please take the word back about what a great organization you're part of. And I, as chair and on behalf of our ELT, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a great weekend and eat healthy. Love you.
All right. Once again, you heard Kim say we broke the record, over $1 million raised. Thank you, Kim, for your efforts. Thank you to everybody who worked so hard on this event. And most importantly, on behalf of the American Heart Association, thank you all for coming here today, for your heart, your donations, and your action. Have a great rest of the evening and afternoon. Until then, go Red.
You got my number, baby. Go ahead and call it up. You got my number, baby.